Already, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back to DisRace. Big news coming out of Ohio. Frank Tyson. I don't know if you've seen this video. And the more I see these videos, the scarier it gets. This man was in a store. The police had been called, and you could see that he was genuinely scared out of his mind. He was scared out of his mind. As the police approached him, he did start saying things like, "They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me." Now, the video gets very kind of muddled. This man, his name's Frank Tyson. After screaming that he couldn't breathe, after a while, he is now passed away. Deceased. And I don't know. I think that they kneeled on his neck until he couldn't breathe again. And again, I'm saying this like it's something that's a normal thing that happens in our country. For me, bro, it was when I saw that man really scared. Like it was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
You would have thought that the clown from It was chasing him. He was like, "They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me," and then he died.
Yeah. When is it that the police back up a minute and say, "Hey, this guy, let him settle down some. Let us talk with him," instead of just being aggressive all the time?
Well, now that's
what I see the problem is.
When
They
did
too
this
aggressive
happen?
all the time instead of just backing up and say, "Hey, man."
We just got the police footage this past week. I don't think it happened this past week. I think it happened a couple of months ago.
So here's the deal. This past Saturday, I'm not going to call which family member, but my mom gave me a call on Sunday, and she was shook up, and I had to call a family member. And to hear a strong black man break down and cry like my family member did, because the police, they were going to kill him.
And that's where my point. And now, unfortunately, Frank Tyson is another casualty of this ridiculous, unnecessary police violence that happens in our country on an everyday basis. But I was going to ask you guys, because of that, as a black man in America, there's so many things we have to worry about. When you get pulled over, is there a genuine fear for your life?
Absolutely.
Now, I couldn't see in the video how many black officers was there. But that's why I say the white officer, if there was a black officer, said, "Hey, let's settle down, let's back up, let this man talk to him."
They're not doing that.
That's what I'm saying. They're not doing that. They
And in my situation, my family situation, it was a black cop.
Absolutely.
That did it.
Absolutely.
And had everybody not come out with the cameras and it was really the grace of God, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Right.
You know, it's pathetic, and it can hit any one of you guys, and that's what scares me for my black men.
Well, you know, earlier we were talking about trauma and how everybody has this trauma and everybody has their trauma in their own way. And it seems like as black people, we're so quick to rush to every other culture's help instead of taking care of our own. So we get into this trauma thing and no one's asked us about our trauma. Right. So when a cop pulls me over, my chest drops and my hands shake. Right. And I ain't done shit wrong.
Right.
Now, I be grinding with weed and stuff on me, but still, I be scared, though. My thing is, you ain't got no right to pull me over. And it comes, like, I grew up in St. Louis, literally in neighborhoods, the same neighborhoods where they ride in for Mike Brown and stuff is the neighborhoods we was in. Mm-hmm. And them police was hell back then. Like, literally, when the police, if you see them in the rear view, we used to all take our hat off. In the car, if it's three of us and you got a ball cap on, we're like, no, they looking for young niggas. Yeah. Take your hat off, and if you got a skull cap or something, like, no, take your hat off.
Well,
yeah, see,
we ain't got to get pulled over today.
Well, I'll say this and I hope this helps someone because it has helped me time and time again as much as I travel. I've been put over by a black cop on a lonely road coming from North Carolina. I've been put over by a white cop. And the thing, and even here in the city of Atlanta, the thing that seems to me that helps is that when they pull up, man, I don't care how cold it is. I don't care if it's raining. You roll down your window and put both hands out. Just leave them out. A cop told me this when I was elementary school. Said, when you put just both hands out the door, I don't care if it's raining, whatever it is, just leave both hands out. That just shows like whatever it is always worked for me.
And so, Brian, that does not always work because that's what happened.
Absolutely.
That does not always work. When they have
I said always work for me. Don't
when
pop.
They have,
I
when
said
they
always
have,
work for me.
When
And
they
I'm just trying to
have
help somebody
blood,
else out.
when they have blood on their,
I'm just saying.
when they have blood on their tongue, when they got blood and they out for blood, It
So
doesn't
who do you?
always
I'm
work.
just asking you. So did you have both hands out the window when it came up to you?
Who?
I'm
Not
asking
me.
you.
It wasn't me.
So
I
who
said
did
it
the
was a
person?
family
Did the
member.
person you talking about?
Yes,
they put both of them, both
we
hands
know
out
what
and they walked
to do.
up.
And they did do
Okay,
that.
they did.
Yes,
you got
did.
facts on video that they
Okay,
put both hands
first
out.
of all,
I'm
and that's
asking
the
you.
problem that we got with black people. I just
Black
told
people?
you that he
I'm
did
asking you a
do that,
question.
and then you still
I'm
asking
saying-
me again.
I'm asking
and
you,
guess
do you
what?
have
Even
video?
if he didn't do it, what gave him the right to almost kill my damn brother?
And
Because
so
I'm
don't
telling
miss
you
me
that
with
might help.
one.
You
And
can get
now-
all emotional.
I'm telling
I'm
you
trying
what
to say stuff
happened.
that might
You
help.
damn right I'm getting emotional. My brother almost lost his life. And
But
my
it's
brother
not-
did what he's
Members that's
supposed to
almost
do.
lost theirs, but I'm
My
trying to do
brother
something to
did
help
what
your
he's
brother out,
supposed to do.
maybe.
I just told you, but you came back and questioned me when I
Tim,
said he
he
did
could-
do it.
And now, this
I
is
told
this is
you
that.
what I told you.
Now,
But
this is
when
what
you
I'm
there-
talking about. Hold on, Brian.
What's
This
up?
is what I'm talking about. See, this is and on the same level. You guys are fighting about the same thing, but in reality, Brian, you are talking about a systematic thing that has been going on in America. You're saying, did he have his arms out correctly? So now
All
we're on
I
this
asked was
slave
a question.
mentality. We're on this
That's-
slave mentality
Listen, man, I'm
of
coming from
how
a
we
place to
can
keep
of how we
everybody
can
alive on
comply.
what's worked. And
but
I know, and I'm not stupid
but
enough to
Brian-
say that even when you do comply, that you won't get shot or killed.
But
I just
Brian-
have a simple
but
question.
Brian, the shape-
running for 52 years, that's worked for me. Didn't I say that worked for me?
I
ain't
got
say for
that,
nobody
Brian, but
else,
hold on.
So I'm just trying to hope that when somebody
But when
watches
I
that, they'll
tell you
try
he
it.
did, you question me
I
as
just-
if I'm not telling you the truth.
When
When
you
I'm
first
telling you,
told
that's
the
what he
story, you didn't
did.
say anything
Hey,
but the
hey,
brother
you
put his
two,
hands
figure it
out.
out at couples counseling. All right.
Then my brother put both his hands out. Hold on,
The
Bo.
thing is, we
Hold
are
on,
all
wait.
charged up
I didn't
about
feel as though
something
I had
that's
to give the
so
whole
emotional because it's something that we've all been through.
As you should be.
And like
Exactly.
you saying, there are ways where you can try to go above
Hopefully.
and
You can
beyond
try.
And
to
Brian,
diffuse on the front end. Let me just finish this. But then on the back end, when people are out for blood, there's nothing you can really do.
I can agree with that
I
too.
mean, this brother, like we as a people have done everything from learn our rights to comply.
Hold your
to the
hands
guy
up.
we talking about now.
Everything.
He was trying reverse psychology.
They gonna kill
He was
me.
like, they gonna kill me.
They gonna kill
And
me.
he was expecting the police to be like, nah, bro, nah, we ain't gonna kill you.
Like Bo said,
didn't
they
see that.
should have digressed. When they saw that he was in that frame of mind, the police should have digressed, but they had blood on their mind. They already had in their mind they were gonna kill that man.
And to their point, Brian, I guess the turning point is that the fact that you have to say something like "I'm trying to keep my people alive" is a shame.
I agree with you
Absolutely.
totally.
You see what I'm saying?
But all I'm saying is that emotionally feeling. Don't act like I'm not have been driving from Auburn, Alabama, and I get pulled over, lights come. I ain't done anything. I got everything. I'm registered, insurance, you name it. And I get pulled over. In the moment that I see it's a white state trooper, I am deadly fear right there from Auburn to Atlanta. And I'm talking about my heart is
and you
racing.
put your arms out the window because you trained.
Train, whatever you want to call it. So when I come up there, when he comes up, he said, hey, man, I just noticed, and that part I had to admit that I was a little bit tired. He said, man, I just noticed that you swerved. Now, my heart is racing. He said, and we lose a lot of people on this road to car accidents. And I'm like, really? He said, but, man, if you want to trail me up here, then everything and get off, and he got a truck stop up here.
Who pulled you over? Carl Malone? Who was this black magic
No,
angel?
it was a
angel of a police officer.
Well, listen, whatever he is, I'm just glad that God sent that type of cop versus the
Right,
bloodthirsty
that's true.
thing. That's
That's
all I'm
true.
saying.
I've been
That's
poor.
true.
I've been through that too
arrested.
That's
before.
true.
What you saying?
And I cuss them out all the time. So, motherfucker, what you want? I did all that.
my God.
Bro said, I know I'm going.
Oh,
Take
my
me.
God.
Yeah, motherfucker, what you want? You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what you do. If they want you, they want
Exactly.
Bo
Yeah,
Pete take
that's
his
the-
shoes
that's the
off when the
thing.
police walk up. He's like, maybe they just don't know. I'm country.
put my feet out
I
the
ain't
window.
know. I ain't
I'm
know.
just saying-
They be like, this fool ain't got no shoes on.
Well, all I'm saying is, and yes, it's a little bit more sensitive to me now because we're still dealing with that. But what I'm saying is, we when we're asking those questions, we shouldn't even have to ask those questions. But when we say we have complied or we have done the quote unquote safety thing, and then it's like, are you sure? Wait a minute. It shouldn't be, are we sure? We shouldn't have to live like that. And this is the thing. It's not just trauma for you guys. It's the mamas, it's the sisters, it's the daughters, it's the we got to live with this as well.
But let me say this, though. As black men, we got to realize we get pulled over. We have to control ourselves. We have to, even though you may be in the right or you may be in the wrong, we have to mentally control ourselves.
Did you just say you cussing?
I did, but still, I'm saying is, if you want to go home, you got to. They may wrongly arrest you, but you know you're going to get out.
But here's the deal.
If you were to say these things, if you were to say the things that we're saying at this table to a group of white men or white women, that their lives were constantly in danger and that they were adjusting their movements in society to protect themselves from death, they would all have a grant and a donation and a scholarship to some kind of mental health program. What we're talking about is insanity.
Yeah,
it is.
But
it's
as black
pathetic.
men, we got to realize we're the endangered species.
Yeah.
So when a cop pull you over, you have to control your emotions, because that's the only way you're gonna get home.
But this is the thing, Bo.
Yeah.
When you do control your emotions,
And
you
they do
guys,
that.
and they continue.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Then it's almost like a lose-lose for you all.
It is.
You know, sometimes it's like I did all of the things that I was taught to do. I did everything I was taught to do, and you still came for me.
It happens to us.
You know, the
Unfortunately, it happens
calmest
to us.
man.
Yeah.
You know, the calmest man. I can't remember what it was. He was calm as I don't know what, and the cop dragged him out of the car. He kept saying, even while he was being dragged, why are you doing this to me? This was a couple years ago.
What you're talking about.
It's every situation. It's if
So
we're
you don't guys don't have a right to have an emotion.
if we're standing up for our rights, if we're standing in our neighborhood, if we're protesting. Now imagine you see the way these kids are acting at these colleges. Now they finally calmed down. They finally got these kids in order. But I have no doubt that had everything to do with those kids' parents being called, things happening, and other things. If me and Weightball was out there talking about the destruction and the genocide going on in Ethiopia and Tanzania and in Haiti right now. That world is burning, but no one's talking about that.
If that college and all that happened, if that had been Morehouse, it'd have been a totally different story.
Come on, man.
They'd have beat some kids down.
Yes.
And that's an issue that's going on.
If it was at Morehouse, they'd have just let the school shut down. They'd have been like, well, we was going to plan that anyway as an HBCU. We wanted the school to shut down anyway. We're going to let them go on and keep protesting.
But this is an issue that is, I mean, this happened in Ohio. You're from Houston.
That happened in Virginia.
That happened in Virginia. Your situation happened in Virginia. These are things that are happening in our own backyard.
Right.
These kids are fighting the police, throwing rocks and shit for some shit that's happening in Palestine.
Yeah. Right.
They're not gonna. I mean,
But
and
they
maybe
have a
I'm wrong.
connection.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they're gonna move the needle on this Palestine Gaza thing with all this protesting.
If they
going
are,
on.
they probably won't tell us because it's all about them making sure that people who are writing checks to these colleges. So these colleges are gonna come out and say, "Hey, we lost so much money
Because
because
don't they have some of the colleges in those countries?
Yes.
Right, and that's what it is. So
right.
even if they do lose the battle, they ain't gonna let us know it because if they let us know it, then a lot of us as blacks are gonna be like, "Oh, that's how you really hit them," and find out who's giving the money to these universities.
Yeah, I heard some kids. I heard some
they
kids
won't let us know it.
I heard some kids at Southern were protesting about Gaza, but they ain't filmed that. So
I mean, they say it was a ceasefire though, right?
yeah. They finally.
So that means somebody yelled "cut" on the camera. They were like, "Stop taping." They still gonna keep on.
Or don't show up and video it at all.
Right,
even
so
show
they're
up
gonna let
there.
us know if they lost that battle. That's one
And
thing the
you
media
know,
does a
my
good job.
grandfather-
Am I the only
I just
black
wanna
person
say
that
this.
don't have any feeling for them?
No, and
I
you know
have
what?
No feeling for what we've been through.
I
In
mean,
this
if
country.
I see a
have no feeling
dead
for
baby laid out that
That's
blew up,
different.
I'm a feel for
Feel
I'm
for
a
that.
feel for that.
I'ma
I'm a
feel
feel
for
for a dead body.
Right.
Yeah.
Some a family slaughtered. They just trying to live.
Yeah.
Right.
That's I mean,
That's one thing.
You got to feel for that.
Right.
People
But
just
what
trying
we
to
went
live.
through in this country,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no feelings for.
Yeah, you don't stop your day like
Yeah, but
Right.
I don't
No.
think
They-
at the
they-
table.
they
They can say the same thing.
Saying
One of
like,
them
man,
just
Ukraine
grown
messed
people
up.
come over here and blow up Greenbrier Mall, and it just
So
be
we're not-
all them little black babies out.
But
and all
Yeah.
unfortunately, Weightball, that's not going to happen. Now you go down to Cheshire Bridge and you shoot up.
Right.
You go
Go
to
to
Cheshire
Brookhaven.
Bridge and shoot up Brookhaven and shoot up a massage parlor. Well, then the whole
gonna
world
pass a law.
they passed a law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Asian hate within a year of that
drove
crime.
fucking
Was it 6 months?
Kennesaw.
Was it 8
You blow
months?
up Greenbrier,
Was
you
it
gonna
8
hurt two
months?
people because all the stores closed.
Hold on, let's back up though.
You
Let's
might fuck
listen
up
to
some
this.
Jordans.
Real talk. Hold on, let's back up with this, and that's a great point. That dude, he drove from Kennesaw
Yeah.
to Buckhead, and within what, a month or two, they had an Asian hate crime that was
An
bad.
Asian
That's
hate bill,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
And that's
That was the
and
first
that's
law Biden
so
passed
here's the
in
deal
office.
for me. And as much as I love my black people and I love my black men, we gotta stop just talking and even getting emotional with each other and get emotional together. And we can read just like the next person read. And we need to start doing the same thing the rest of them do. Get our butts out, vote for one, protest for one, get those bills written up. We need to fight a different kind of way and stop fighting again emotionally with each other and inside our own homes.
We don't have that. We don't have that killer instinct.
Now let me, and that's a problem.
If they were ever afraid of black people, they'd have been afraid when we had the Million Man March.
Right.
Million Man March happened. They just knew it was going to be some craziness go on, and nothing happened.
Right.
See what I'm saying? If they were ever afraid of us, that was the time to
Black
be afraid of us.
Black people have never had that ill will in them as much as we've been downtrodden, persecuted, and taken advantage of in this country. Somehow, we're always there for the next man.
Exactly.
Well, you got to remember that thing they have done this, and they're still doing it. When taking it back to the slaves, they will get the biggest one, right? The one that we respected or was cherished or whatever, and make us watch them be humiliated. Yeah. So if you could take out the strongest one, that's a mental thing.
Absolutely.
And so they continue to do that. They take our strongest ones out, right?
But,
so it's a mental
and they uplift niggas like Diddy.
But Sister J,
I thought you were talking about that's what they doing to Diddy. I thought you were saying they took Diddy and they doing. I thought.
What you say, Brian?
But in seriousness, though, think about how diabolical it is. They just did a remake of Nat Turner. That's all, just a remake now. And the dude that did that remake, no work. Just, you did that. I mean, he told us the story on what we could possibly learn from Nat Turner, and they made sure they put it in the least amount of theaters, gave the least amount of exposure.
Absolutely.
Think about this. They won't even put it on Tubi.
But you know, and they won't put it on Tubi.
But think about this now.
Sorry.
It's owned by Fox, and I'm just being dead serious. They won't even put certain movies that we can learn from. Even you talking about Hidden Figures. Why did it take for me to be a grown man to learn about that woman?
Absolutely.
You know, but to see how they don't want to even get a head start.
Problem is
we ain't gonna let that movie get out.
The problem is we only got one Ben Crump. We need more. He can't fight all the kings.
Well,
we need more people like him that's fighting, that's behind.
I agree.
Getting people out.
Man, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to tell you like this: it's movies like Nat Turner and Hidden Figures and Harriet Tubman and all these ridiculous stories that we're just now finding out about.
Right.
Now it's kind of crazy because. You can win an Oscar for Django when a white man tells a hero slave story.
How many years have the Black Wall Street movie been trying to come out? How many years?
It'll never come out. It'll never come out. But guys,
and I think it's a white guy not trying.
I feel like we need more uplifting movies.
Tom Hanks is even trying to get the Black Wall Street movie out. He can't even get it.
But explain to me why you don't see Rosewood on DVD. Netflix.
Because no one has DVD players, Brian.
But I'm just saying, even back then, I remember. I'm just saying,
I know what you mean, Brian.
I'm just saying, you never saw it being sold and all that. You don't see these movies like that on it.
No, we got George Floyd. We don't need Rosewood.
So here's the deal. They know that if the black man was to ever come together, it's natural. It's you all have a natural instinct to grow and to be successful and to be great. Anything that you all put your hands on, you dominate it. And you don't have to work hard with it. You just do.
Guys, y'all, we all need a woman like Sister JJ. Sister JJ out here giving that good smoke. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I got my man Brian Harper, Pastor.
See y'all next week.
Bo is back, y'all. We're going to be seeing a lot of him. Welcome back, Bo.
And matter of fact, Brian, I got Rosewood on VHS if you need it.
I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Weightball out here giving out these jokes. How'd it go last Thursday?
Probably good. If I was in it, I be doing. I mean, I've been reading a book lately. I don't every day.
He's a working comedian,
but I'm
y'all.
sure it went well. I'm sure it went well.
Big shout out to Bullhead, Richard Torrence, Wish I Was Will Smith, and Sister JJ. You got a book and a TV special coming up?
Yes, my new book, and it's funny that we was talking about it. It's called A Love Story: My Journey to Love, and it's about
Aren't you single?
8 women that are talking about their journey to love, and I have my new movie out on Tubi. We were talking about.
I want mine signed by Sister J and her mama.
Men Pray 2 on Tubi, directed, written, and edited by Miss Sister JJ. Thank you for tuning in to DisRace. Tune in next week at 8 o'clock every Wednesday. We'll holla.